Hello and welcome to week 2 of our NFL picks. I'm Adam Snow, and sitting across the table from me is my father and loser of last week's pick segment, Randy Snow.
I lost by one game.
Yes, you did. A loss is a loss is a loss, and a win is a win is a win for me. So, let's quickly go over last week how we did. We picked 16 NFL games, and, let's see how you did, Dad.
I say Tampa Bay Buccaneers all the way. I'm going to go with Houston in this. Give me Washington. I agree. I think Seattle's just a better team at this point in the season. Well, I'm going to go with the Panthers on this one. Yeah, give me Cincinnati in this game. I'm going to go with the home team. And the only reason to pick them is my head tells me to vote against Detroit, but I'm going to pick Detroit. Oh, give me the Bills. Atlanta. I'm going to have to go with Kansas City in that game. I'd say Green Bay because Aaron Rodgers has got a lot. He's PO'd right now. Give me the Giants. Give me New England. Stafford. Yeah, I agree. Take the Raiders on that one.
Okay, not too shabby. 8-8 was your record. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. 500.
50%.
50% for the first week. I mean, shoot.
I'll do better. It's so hard to pick week one.
That's what we said last week. Hard to pick
it's like
week
flip
one.
a coin. So, 8-8.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. And then, I guess it's time to see how I did because it wasn't much better. Tom Brady's the GOAT. He's going to win. The Dallas Cowboys have no shot. But I'm still taking the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, well, I'm taking Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers. I'm taking Russell Wilson and Seattle to win on the road. So, I'm taking the Panthers as well. But I'm taking Minnesota, and Minnesota's just got too many weapons. I like the Cardinals, but give me Tennessee. Give me the San Francisco 49ers, even if they have Jimmy Garoppolo at starting quarterback. I'm taking Buffalo as well. I just like Josh Allen. I like everything Buffalo's doing. I don't think the Eagles will be very good this year, so that's why. And I don't think the Falcons will be great either, but I'm going to take Atlanta at home to beat the Eagles. But I still think Kansas City pulls this one out. So give me Aaron Rodgers and the feisty Packers to probably pull this one out. The Denver Broncos. Give me Denver. I like their defense. Give me the Patriots. There's no way. I think New England now, they found their guy. I hate saying it, but I think New England's back this year, baby. So give me the Rams to win this first game of the season. Give me the Las Vegas Raiders at home. Yeah, so I ended up only getting one more right than you, 9-7. From those games that stuck out last week, I mean, shoot, we both whiffed on Tennessee and Arizona. We both whiffed on Buffalo and Pittsburgh, Atlanta and Philly and New England. So, shoot, I mean, what can you do?
It's so hard to tell. It'll take about 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even more, to really see who's going to be some of the top teams in the league,
or who's going to be the best picker between
who
the
are
two
the
of
pretenders.
us.
Yeah. Well, I've won the last 2 years in a row.
Yeah, whatever.
2 out of 3.
Whatever. So I guess as we start this week's pick segments, we're going to start with me. And, of course, the first game is probably going to be the hardest game to pick this week, I think. It's the New York Giants traveling to Washington to play the Washington football team.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, both these teams lost in week 1. But I think if I had to take one, I'm going to take Washington to beat the Giants, unless the Giants can, prove me wrong. I just think Washington was a little closer to winning last week, so I'm going to give it to Washington.
I agree. Take Washington because they are the home team.
That's
my when it's so close, just go with the home team.
Yeah, that philosophy. You might as well get it stitched.
And you'll wind up 8-8 like I was.
Yeah, we'll see about that. All right, our next game, kicking out the 1 o'clock slate of games, is the New England Patriots traveling to New York to play the Jets. Who do you got?
I think I'm going to take New England in that one. Mac Jones played well last week, came up a little bit short, but I think going on the road and going up to play the Jets, I think he'll put it all together this week.
Yep, I'm right there with you. I think, Mac Jones is looking pretty good. Out of all the rookie quarterbacks, he's looked great, or the best of the bunch. And 2 rookie quarterbacks going right there at it in this game. But I think New England's going to have the better defense, and Mac Jones will probably be the better quarterback again this week. So give it to New England. All right, the Denver Broncos travel down to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. And I'm going to go with Denver again for the second week in a row. I just don't know. I thought Jacksonville might have a little more pep in their step than they ended up having against the Texans last week, but I'm going to go with the Broncos to get another one. That Broncos defense.
I'm going to take the Jaguars in this one. I think Trevor Lawrence at home in a home crowd. I think after getting his feet wet last week in his first game, I think he'll do a little bit better this week. So
wow,
give me Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars.
Okay. Our next game, the Buffalo Bills travel down to Miami to play the Dolphins. This should be an interesting game. Who do you got there?
I'm going to go with the Bills on this one. I think they're a little embarrassed for losing that game. I mean, Pittsburgh's no slouch, but the Bills were at home. They should have won that game. So I think they'll right the ship this week and they'll go down to Miami and beat the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think this will be a good bounce back game for the Bills. They were so good last year. You have one bad game against a real good Pittsburgh team. Should fare a little better against a Miami team who, while they got a win last week against a good Patriots defense, still some problems there in Miami. They're not world beaters yet, but I'm not going to say they're going to be an easy out. I think this could still be another tough one for the Bills. But I'll take the Bills anyway.
Okay.
All right, the San Francisco 49ers go to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. This one should be a very interesting matchup. I think the Eagles got a nice dynamic quarterback there. The 49ers defense is really good, but they did let up a little late against a Lions team that we didn't think had any business hanging around with the Niners.
Yeah.
And this is a toss-up for me, but I think on the road I'm going to take you know what? I was going to take the Niners. I'm going to take Philly.
Oh.
I'm going to shock the world. I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles to upset the San Francisco 49ers. I would consider that an upset.
Well, I'm going to pick the 49ers. And, they played well against Detroit, which isn't saying much. But I just think San Francisco would be the better team against that Philadelphia team.
Okay. And then now you have the Los Angeles Rams traveling to Indianapolis to play the Colts. Who do you got there?
Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, again.
Whatever team Matthew Stafford is playing for, that's who I'm rooting for, and that's who I'm picking. It's the Rams.
Yeah, the LA Rams, this is the second week in a row the Colts are hosting an NFC West team. So a team going from West Coast to East Coast. It's indoors. Matthew Stafford's played indoors his whole career.
Yep.
I expect him to put up another show. So give me the Rams.
Why didn't we think about getting tickets to this game? I mean, Indianapolis is only a few hours from here.
That's a good question, especially since Sunday there's not like there's a Lions game to conflict with everything.
Yeah, that's right.
If you find tickets, let's go on Sunday. All right, the next game, the Las Vegas Raiders travel to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers, and give me that Steelers defense. Despite the Raiders looking pretty good, getting that last-second win, or not last-second, but that overtime win on Monday Night Football. Short week for them. That's a hard turnaround, is going from a Monday to a Sunday.
Yep.
Short work week. Give me Pittsburgh.
I agree. I'll take the Steelers in that game being the home team, and like you said, the short week for the Raiders. And I think they're going to be just mentally torn down from that game. Win or lose, that game was mentally draining on both teams. So
it was mentally draining on us watching that game.
Yeah, really.
Okay, next up we have the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Chicago to play the Bears. This is an interesting matchup. Who do you got?
Boy, this is kind of a toss-up, but you know what? I'm going to go with Cincinnati on this one.
Ooh.
Going against my own theory of always taking the home team in a close game, but I don't know. Cincinnati just might do it this week.
I'm torn because I feel like the Bears at home, they didn't play bad for some of that game. They just it got out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
That defense is still pretty good, but I think the Bengals could hang up points like Matthew Stafford did if Jamari Chase and Joe Burrow hook up. So, dang it, give me Cincinnati.
I talked you into it, didn't I?
Essentially, yeah. I was leaning Bears, but I think I teetered over to Cincinnati. Darn you. The Houston Texans travel to Cleveland to play the Browns. Boy, I still don't know how good that Houston Texans team is, but I do know that Cleveland Browns team is pretty good. Whether or not they're good enough to win, hard to say, but I'm picking them. So,
I agree. I'm going to take the Browns at home to beat the Texans.
Okay. The Carolina Panthers will host the New Orleans Saints. Who do you got there?
Well, the Saints looked awfully good last week. Give me the Saints on the road.
Yeah, I kind of like that Panthers defense. I think they're going to be a little more of a challenge to the Saints than Green Bay was. But you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to take Carolina at home. I don't know what it is. I think for New Orleans, this is while technically it was a home game last week, they're having to travel again 2 weeks in a row. I think that's hard on a team to do. Mm-hmm. So give me Carolina to maybe win a very close game. Okay. I could be very wrong about that. We'll see. Yeah. The Minnesota Vikings travel down to Arizona to play the Cardinals. And I'm taking Arizona, not even going to hesitate. I think the Cardinals, that defense surprised me how good they were. And Kyler Murray was doing Kyler Murray things. And DeAndre Hopkins was doing DeAndre Hopkins things. So give me the Cardinals. As much as I like a couple of those Minnesota Vikings weapons, give me the Cards.
Yeah, this is a real toss-up for me. But, again, I'm going to go with the home team, and I'm going to take Arizona.
Yeah. All right, the Atlanta Falcons travel to Tampa Bay to play the Buccaneers. Do you even have to think about this one?
Nope, Bucks.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tampa Bay probably.
Until somebody really beats the Buccaneers bad this season. I mean, Green Bay bad.
The only thing that makes me nervous is Atlanta got shellacked last week.
Yeah.
And the only thing that scares me is, are they going to bounce back and actually be good? So, who knows? But I'll take Tampa until they prove otherwise.
Okay.
The Tennessee Titans travel out to Seattle to play the Seahawks. I'm sorry. I like the Titans, but I like the Seahawks so much more.
Seahawks at home, yeah. They're tough to beat up there in the great Northwest.
Now, this should be a very good, tough game. The Los Angeles Chargers will host the Dallas Cowboys. Who do you got there?
This should be a really good game. Boy, Dallas really surprised me last week the way they played. I hate to pick Dallas, but
you're going to do it, aren't you?
I'm going to pick the Cowboys. It pains my tongue to say that, but yeah, I'm going to pick the Cowboys.
Don't feel bad. I'm right there with you. Right there with you. Give me the Cowboys to win on the road in Los Angeles against the Chargers, as much as I like the Chargers. But Dallas, I think early in the season they'll have some fight. We'll see what injuries and whatever happens with them. If Ezekiel Elliott can get back on track, I'll be a little more confident. But yeah, give me the Cowboys on the road.
Okay.
All right, and then your Sunday night game is Kansas City traveling to Baltimore to play the Ravens, and the Ravens obviously getting a little extra time on that Sunday to rest because they just got done with Monday Night Football, so a short week for them. But give me Kansas City on the road to take out the Ravens.
I agree, Kansas City. Baltimore, I don't know. They look good at times, but I just don't think they're good enough to get over the top this year.
Yeah. All right, and finally, the piece de la resistance.
Oh man.
The Lions travel to Green Bay on Monday Night Football to play the Packers. Both these teams 0-1. Who will get their first win? Throw it over to you.
Well, I bet against myself. I picked Detroit last week when I knew I shouldn't. I knew I should have picked San Francisco. I'm going to go with the Packers this week, and I just pray that I am wrong. I hope we see another beatdown of the Packers. But my head is telling me take the Packers. Packers are not going to lose. Start the season 0-2 and have a home game on Monday Night Football and get embarrassed by the Detroit Lions. It's not going to happen, I don't think. But gosh, I hope I'm wrong.
I'm going to take Detroit.
No.
I'm going to take it. I'm going to do what you did last week. But I was leaning Green Bay. I think Aaron Rodgers will play better.
Yes.
But something's telling me he's still sluggish. I don't think we're going to see perfect Aaron Rodgers just yet. I think we'll see
right.
I think we'll see better Aaron Rodgers. But I'm not saying the Lions are the best team yet. It's going to be a close game. I think maybe the Lions squeak it out. They showed a lot of grit there at the end of the game. Yes, they lost one of their best cornerbacks that they had, or a good young cornerback. So defense makes me a little nervous that Aaron Rodgers could pick them apart. But I'm going to lean Detroit. Only because it's Monday Night Football and it's weird right now.
This game will determine who's number one in the NFC North Division. First place is on the line. Monday Night Football, be there.
Or a tie for first place, yeah. So wow. I surprised myself picking Detroit, not going to lie.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't do that 2 weeks in a row.
I figured, hard to say. I didn't want to pick against them 2 weeks in a row, but
right.
I don't know. Something's telling me.
I hope you're right.
Something's telling me Detroit.
I would be happy to lose that particular game right there.
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to lose.
All right, well, that's it for this week's pick segment. Leave your comments down below. What are your guys' picks? Which one of us is the bigger idiot? That guy over there. Since he only got 8 right and I got 9 right last week, so technically.
Oh yeah,
technically.
The bigger idiot by This much.
Yeah, by that much. And that's sometimes the margin you need to be considered the best picker on the podcast. So,
okay.
All right. So, yeah, make sure you go check out our weekly podcast, This Week in the World of Football, available on every pretty much
wherever you get your podcast.
Yeah, wherever you get your podcast.
You'll find it.
You'll find it every Tuesday. And then come back to this YouTube channel for exclusive video selected highlights. And then this exclusive segment of our picks. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully you enjoy some more football.
So much football going on.
Yeah. All right, and I guess we'll check back in with you guys next week to see how we did on week 2's picks.
All right.